We don't just, say we're helping people in sensitive respiratory environments. We don't just say we do all of this goodwill. We actually put it into action.
Hope and Healing was founded about 110 years ago now. A pastor that was hired by a German church in Iran went there to serve that church, and he saw people with disabilities on the street, kids. And so after a while, he went to his church and said, "We have to help these kids." And the church said, "No, you're here to serve us, not the children of the streets." So he quit his job, got his friends to support him, and that started this movement that has become Hope and Healing. It's 38 years old now in Canada, and we work with children with disabilities living in poverty. A lot of times when you go to these communities, you don't see the children with disabilities. They're hidden. I still remember in Haiti after the earthquake going to the tent cities, and we knew there were tons of disabilities caused by the earthquake, but we didn't see any. And so we started asking around, and then we saw them. They were hidden. And I've never seen so many amputations in my life, but you don't see them unless you look for them. It's a shame attached to a disability. In many of the countries in Africa, there's an association with something wrong. The family is cursed. Someone did something wrong. So that's a big cause of the children being hidden. The other is pure need. I mean, the mother has to get some food on the table, so she has to work outside the home. You have a child with cerebral palsy, and so they put them in the back room to keep them safe. It sounds cruel, but it keeps them safe. COVID is impacting our programs on the ground. The first wave, it didn't hit that much on the medical side, but the stuff around it, the supply lines, farmers can't get their crops to market because things have closed down, transportation lines, and there's no good systems there like they have the systems here. Farmers go bankrupt. Where these masks are going, one of the problems a hospital has is when people isolate, they don't have any food. There's no supermarkets. There's nobody getting them food. They can't go get it. They don't have money to buy anything. So people aren't isolating because what do you do when you isolate? You just sit there for 2 weeks and not eat. Those things around COVID actually affected the populations more. Now we're seeing that changing. We're seeing COVID hitting in Malawi. We're seeing more incidents of it. We're seeing deaths. I was in discussion with Nkoma Eye Hospital this week. One of the problems they have is people scared to come to work because they don't have protection, enough PPEs. And if they get sick, they don't know how they're going to go back to their families. They can't isolate in the homes without the family. If they do isolate, you have a problem with food. And so they're just refusing to come to work. The 5,000 respirators, that's going to be a game changer. People are going to feel that they can do their job. They don't have money to buy testing at the hospital, enough testing, and the government doesn't have the money to provide that. So they can't even test the staff or the patients as they come in. So the respirators, especially these respirators, which are excellent, it's a game changer. Hope and Healing helps literally the poorest people in the world. They're children with disabilities living in poverty. They are more apt to die before they're 5. 1 in 10 only goes to school. They're 3 times as likely to be abused. These are the most vulnerable kids on this planet.